Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life. O misadventured, piteous overthrows, do with their death bury their parents' strife.
Hark, fools! Turn thee, Benvolio, look upon thy death.
Tybalt, I do but keep the peace.
Peace? I hate the word, as I hate all Montagues and thee. Have at thee, coward!
Give me my long sword! Old Montague is come.
Thou villain Capulet!
Rebellious subjects! Enemies to peace! Throw your mistempered weapons to the ground and hear the sentence of your moved prince. 3 civil brawls, bred of an airy word, by thee, old Capulet and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets. If ever you disturb the quiet of our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. On pain of death, all men depart.
Where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
Sir, an hour before the worshipped sun peered forth the golden window of the east, a troubled mind drave me to walk abroad, where, underneath the grove of sycamore, that westward rooteth from the city's side, so early walking did I see your son. Towards him I made, but he was ware of me, and stole into the covert of the wood.
Many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning dew, adding to clouds more clouds with his deep sighs. Away from the light steals home my heavy son, and private in his chamber pens himself, shuts up his windows, locks far daylight out, and makes himself an artificial night. Black and portentous must this humour prove, unless good counsel may the cause remove.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know it nor can learn of him.
Have you importuned him by any means?
Both by myself and many other friends, but he, his own affection's counsellor, is to himself. Could we but learn from whence his sorrows grow, we would as willingly give cure as know.
See, where he comes.
Stay, to hear true shift. I'll away.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
But new struck 9.
Ay me, sad hours seem long.
What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
In sadness, cousin, I do love Rosaline. Alas, she'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow, and in strong proof of chastity well armed, that when she dies, with beauty dies her store.
Forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
Examine other beauties.
Show me a mistress that is passing fair.
Godke Godden, I pray, sir, can you read?
Aye, fellow, I can read. Signor Martino and his wife and daughters, County Anselm and his beauteous sisters, Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces, my fair niece Rosaline. A fair assembly. Whither should they come?
To supper, to my master's house, that is the great rich Capulet. And if you be not of the house of Montagues, I pray, come and crush a cup of wine. Rest you merry.
At this same ancient feast of Capulets sups the fair Rosaline with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither. Compare her face with some, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow.
One fairer than my love. I'll go along. No such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendour of mine own.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
What? Juliet!
How now? Who calls?
Your mother.
Madam, I'm here.
Nurse, thou knowest my daughter's of a pretty age.
Come Lammas Eve at night shall she be 14. Oh, thou wast the prettiest babe that e'er I nursed, and I might live to see thee married once. I have my wish.
That marry is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honour that I dream not of.
Well, think of marriage now. Thus then, in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, young lady. Why, he is a man of wax.
Verona's summer hath not such a flower.
Nay, he's a flower. In faith, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? This night you shall behold him at our feast. Read o'er the volume of young Paris' face, and find delight writ there with beauty's pen, find written in the margent of his eyes. So shall you share all that he doth possess, by having him, making yourself no less.
No less? Nay, bigger. Women grow by men.
Speak briefly. Can you like of Paris, love?
I look to like, if looking liking move, but no more deep will I endart mine eye, than your consent gives strength to make it fly.
Come, Juliet.
Go, girl. Seek happy nights to happy days.
After the prompter for our entrance, let them measure us by what they will. We'll measure them a measure and be gone.
Give me a torch, I am not for this ambling. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you done.
I have a soul of lead.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings.
Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it should you burden love, too great oppression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, and it pricks like thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down.
And we mean well in going to this mask. But 'tis not wit to go. I dreamed a dream tonight.
And so did I. That dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep while they do dream things true.
Oh, then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairies' midwife, and she comes athwart men's noses as they lie asleep. She gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. This is the hag, when maids lie on their backs, that presses them and learns them first to bear, making their women of good carriage. This is she.
Peace, Mercutio, thou talk'st of nothing.
True, I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy.
Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
Direct my sail. On, lusty gentlemen!
Gentlemen, ladies, you are welcome.
She doth teach the torches to burn bright. Did my heart love till now? Forswear its sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
This by his voice should be a Montague. What dares the slave come hither covered with an antic face?
Why, how now, kinsman? Wherefore storm you so?
Uncle, this is Romeo Montague, our foe.
Take no note of him. It is my will, the which if thou respect, show a fair presence, and put off these frowns and ill-beseeming semblance for a feast.
I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured. Am I the master here, or you? You are a saucy boy. Be quiet, Tybalt, or for shame, I'll make you quiet.
I will withdraw. But this intrusion shall, now seeming sweet, convert to bitter gall.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle sin is this. My lips, two blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips and holy palmers too?
I, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray, grant thou, lest faith turn to despair. Thus, from my lips by yours, my sin is purged.
You kiss by the book.
Madam, Your mother craves a word with you.
What is her mother?
Her mother is the lady of the house. I nursed her daughter that you talked withal.
Is she a Capulet? Oh, dear account, my life is my foe's debt.
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman?
I know not.
Go, ask his name. If he be married, my grave is like to be my wedding bed.
His name is Romeo, and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
Oh, my only love sprung from my only hate. Prodigious birth of love it is to me, that I must love a loathed enemy.
Can I go forward when my heart is here? Turn back, dull earth, and find thy centre out.
Romeo! My cousin Romeo! Call, good Mercutio.
Romeo! Passion! Lover! Appear thou in the likeness of a sigh. Ooh. Cry but Amy, pronounce but love and dove.
Come, he hath hid himself among these trees. Blind is his love, and best befits the dark.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. Now he will sit under a medlar tree and wish his mistress were that kind of fruit.
Ooh.
Romeo, that she were. Oh, that she were. An open etc. Thou a popper in pear. Come, shall we go?
But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love.
I mean...
She speaks. Speak again, bright angel.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father, and refuse thy name, or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. 'Tis but thy name Montague that is my enemy. Oh, be some other name. Romeo, doff thy name, and for thy name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou thus bescreened in night, so stumblest on my counsel?
I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee.
Art thou not Romeo, and a Montague?
Neither, fair saint, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore?
With love's light wings did I approach these walls.
If my kinsmen see thee, they will murder thee.
Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their sight.
By whose direction foundest thou out this place?
By love!
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would a maiden blush for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Dost thou love me?
Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I swear.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all, or, if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love...
Although I join thee, I have no joy in this contract tonight. This bud of love, by summer's ripening breath, may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night. A sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love as deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little, I will come again.
Oh, blessed, blessed night! All this is but a dream.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honourable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow, by one that I'll procure to come to thee, where and what time thou wilt perform the rite, and all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world. Tomorrow will I send.
So thrive my soul.
Romeo, at what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
At the hour of 9.
I will not fail. Oh, 'tis 20 year till then. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow, that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
The grey-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night. I must upfill this oyster cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious juiced flowers.
Good morrow, father.
Benedictus, what early tongue so sweet saluteth me? Young son, so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed? Thou art uproused by some distemperature, or if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
The last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin. Wast thou with Rosaline?
With Rosaline, my ghostly father? No, I have forgot that name, and that name's woe.
That's my good son. But where hast thou been then?
I have been feasting with mine enemy, and know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine, and all combined, save what thou must combine by holy marriage. This I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy St. Francis, what a change is here! Is Rosaline, whom thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken?
I pray thee chide not. She whom I love now doth grace for grace, and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Come, young waverer, come, go with me. In one respect I'll thy assistant be, for this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancour to pure love.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's. I spoke with his man.
Ha! That same pale, hard-hearted wench, that Rosaline.
Here comes Romeo.
Signor Romeo. Bonjour. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The ship, sir. The slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon, good Mercutio. My business was great, and in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
That's as much to say such a case as yours constrains a man to bow in the hand.
Meaning to curtsy.
Thou hast most kindly hit it.
The most courteous exposition.
Nay, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower?
Right.
Why then, is my pump well flowered?
Well said. Follow me this jest now till thou hast worn out thy pump, that when the single soul of it is worn, the jest may remain after the wearing soul singular.
Oh, single-souled jest, solely singular for the singleness.
Come between us, good Benvolio, my wits faint.
God ye good morrow, gentlemen.
God ye good den, fair gentlewoman.
Is it good den?
'Tis no less, I tell you, for the bawdy hand of the dial is now upon the prick of noon.
Out upon you! What a man are you?
One gentlewoman that God hath made for himself to mar.
Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
I am the youngest of that name.
If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She will indict him to some supper.
Aboard, aboard! Romeo, will you come to your father's? Will to dinner thither?
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady. Farewell, lady, lady, lady. Ah.
I pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his ropery?
A gentleman nurse that loves to hear himself talk.
and a speak anything against me, I'll take him down and were lustier than he is. Scurvy knave. Pray you, sir, a word. But first let me tell ye, if ye should lead my lady into a fool's paradise, it were a very gross kind of behaviour, for the gentlewoman is young.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady and mistress.
Oh, good heart, and in faith I will tell her as much. Lord, Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
What wilt thou tell her, nurse?
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which, as I take it, is a gentlemanlike offer.
Bid her devise some means to come to Shrift this afternoon, and there she shall at Friar Lawrence's cell be shrivered and married.
This afternoon, sir? Well, she shall be there.
And stay, good nurse, behind the abbey wall. Within this hour my man shall be with thee, and bring thee cords make like a tackled stair, which to the high-top gallant of my joy must be my convoy in the secret night. Be trusty. Farewell.
Now God in heaven bless thee. Hark ye, sir, is your man secret?
I warrant thee my man's as true as steel. Commend me to my lady.
Aye, 1,000 times.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. From 9 till 12 is 3 long hours, yet she is not come. Oh God, she comes! Oh, honey nurse, what news? Hast thou met with him?
I am weary. Oh, give me leave a while.
Nay, come, I pray thee, speak.
Oh, Jesu, what haste! Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that. Let me be satisfied.
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man, Romeo. Oh, though his face be better than any man, he is not the flower of courtesy, but I'll warrant him as gentle as a lamb. Go thy way, wench, serve God.
What says he of our marriage?
Hie you hence to Friar Lawrence's cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. Oh, now comes the wanton blood in your cheeks. Hie you to church. I must another way to fetch a ladder by the which your love must climb a bird's nest soon when it is dark. Yep, I am the drudge and toil in your delight, but you shall bear the burden soon at night. Go, I'll to dinner. Hie you to the cell.
Hie to high fortune. Honest nurse, farewell.
So smiles the heaven upon this holy act, that after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Amen. Ah, Juliet, if the measure of thy joy be heaped like mine, let rich music's tongue unfold the imagined happiness that both receive in either by this dear encounter.
My true love has grown to such excess, I cannot sum up some of half my wealth.
Come with me, and we will make short work, for by your leaves you shall not stay alone till Holy Church incorporate 2 in 1.
I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, the Capulets abroad, and if we meet, we shall not scape a brawl. For now, these hot days, is the mad blood stirring.
Thou art as hot a Jack in thy mood as any in Italy, and as soon moved to be moody, and as soon moody to be moved.
By my head, here comes Tybalt.
By my heel, I care not.
Gentlemen, good den. A word with one of you.
Or 1 word with one of us. Couple it with something, make it a word and a blow.
Mercutio, thou consortst with Romeo.
Consort? What dost thou make us? Minstrels?
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw unto some private place and reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure, I.
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man.
Romeo, the love I bear thee can afford no better turn than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, villain am I none. Therefore farewell, I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee. And so, good Capulet, be satisfied.
Oh, calm, dishonourable, vile submission! Tybalt, you rat catcher! Will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Good king of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives.
I am for you.
Come, sir, your passado.
Gentlemen, for shame, forbear this outrage. The prince expressly hath forbidden bandying in Verona's streets. Hold, Tybalt, good Mercutio!
I am hurt. A plague on both your houses. I am sped. Is he gone?
What? Art thou hurt? Courage, man, the hurt cannot be much.
'Tis enough. Why the devil you came between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
A plague of both your houses. They have made worms meat of me. I have it, and soundly too. Your houses.
Oh, Romeo, brave Mercutio's dead. And here comes the furious Tybalt back again.
Alive in triumph and Mercutio slain. Fire-eyed fury be my conduct now. Now, Tybalt, for Mercutio's soul, either thou or I, or both must go with him.
Thou wretched boy that didst consort him here, shalt with him hence.
This shall determine that.
Romeo, Tybalt slain. Stand not amazed. The prince will doom thee death if thou art taken. Hence, begone, away!
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
O noble prince, I can discover all the unlucky manage of this fatal brawl. There lies the man slain by young Romeo, that slew thy kinsman, brave Mercutio.
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt, here slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay. Romeo spoke him fair, urged withal your high displeasure. All this uttered with gentle breath, calm look. Tybalt, deaf to peace, tilts with piercing steel at bold Mercutio's breast. Romeo cries aloud, friends part! And twixt them rushes, underneath whose arm an envious thrust from Tybalt hit the life of stout Mercutio. And then Tybalt fled, but comes back to Romeo, who had but newly entertained revenge, and to it they go like lightning, for, ere I could draw to part them, was stout Tybalt slain. And, as he fell, did Romeo turn and fly. This is the truth, or let Benvolio die.
He is a kinsman to the Montague. Affection makes him false. He speaks not true. I beg for justice, which thou, prince, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live.
Romeo slew him, he slew Mercutio. Who now the price of his dear blood doth owe?
Not Romeo, prince. He was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes but what the law should end, the life of Tybalt.
And for that offence,
Immediately we do exile him hence.
No.
let Romeo hence in haste. Else when he's found, that hour is his last. Bear hence these bodies, and attend our will. Mercy but murders, pardoning those that kill.
Spread thy close curtain, love-performing night, and Romeo leap to these arms untalked of and unseen. Come, thou day and night, give me my Romeo. Oh, here comes my nurse, and she brings news, and every tongue that speaks but Romeo's name speaks heavenly eloquence. Nurse, what hast thou there? The cords that Romeo bid thee fetch.
Aye, the cords.
Ay me, why dost thou wring thy hands?
Alack the day! He's gone. He's killed. He's dead. Oh, Romeo! Whoever would have thought it? Romeo!
Hath Romeo slain himself?
I saw the wound. I saw it with mine eyes.
Oh, break my heart. Break at once. Is Romeo slaughtered and is Tybalt dead?
Tybalt is gone. And Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him is banished.
Oh, God! Did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did. Alas the day it did. Shame come to Romeo.
Blistered be thy tongue for such a wish.
Will you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband? But wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? That villain cousin would have killed my husband. My husband lives that Tybalt would have slain, and Tybalt dead that would have slain my husband. But Romeo is banished. In that word's death. No words can that woe sound. Take up those cords. Poor ropes. He made you for a highway to my bed. Come, cords. Come, nurse. I'll to my wedding bed, and death not Romeo take my maidenhead.
Hie to your chamber. I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where he is. Hark ye, your Romeo will be here at night. I'll to him. He is hid at Lawrence's cell.
Oh, find him, and bid him come to take his last farewell.
Romeo, come forth, thou fearful man. I bring thee tidings of the prince's doom. A gentler judgment vanished from his lips. Not body's death, but body's banishment. Hence from Verona thou art banished.
Hence banished is banished from the world.
This is dear mercy, and thou seest it not?
'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives.
Arise, one knocks. Good Romeo, hide thyself. Who's there?
I come from Lady Juliet.
Welcome, then.
O holy friar, tell me, where is my lady's lord? Where's Romeo?
There on the ground with his own tears made drunk.
Piteous predicament. Stand up, you, and be a man. For Juliet's sake, rise and stand.
Nurse, spakest thou of Juliet? How is it with her? Doth she not think me an old murderer? How doth she, and what says my concealed lady to our cancelled love?
Oh, she says nothing, sir, but weeps and weeps. Then on Romeo cries, and then she falls.
As if that name shot from the deadly level of a gun did murder her. In what vile part of this anatomy doth my name lodge? Tell me that I may sack the hateful mansion.
Hold thy desperate hand. By my holy order, wilt thou slay thyself? Thy Juliet is alive. Go, get thee to thy love, as was decreed. Ascend her chamber hence, and comfort her. But look thou stay not till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live till we can find a time to blaze your marriage, reconcile your friends, beg pardon of the prince, and call thee back. Go before, nurse, commend me to thy lady, and bid her hasten all the house to bed, which heavy sorrow makes them apt unto. Romeo is coming.
My lord, I'll tell my lady you will come.
How well my comfort is revived by this.
Farewell.
Good night.
Wilt thou be gone? 'Tis not yet near day. It was the nightingale.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Yon light is not daylight. I know it I.
Come death and welcome. Juliet wills it so.
It is. It is the lark that sings so out of tune. Oh, now be gone. More light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and dark our woes.
Madam?
Nurse?
Your lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary, look about.
Then window, let day in and let life out.
Farewell. One kiss and I'll descend.
Art thou gone so? Love, lord, husband, friend? I must hear from thee every day in the hour, for in a minute there are many days. Oh, thinkest thou we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not. And all these woes shall serve for sweet discourse in our time to come.
O God, methinks I see thee, now thou art below, as one dead in the bottom of a tomb. Either my eyesight fails, or thou look'st pale.
And trust me, love, in my eyes so do you. Dry sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu.
Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death. What, wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears? And if thou couldst not make him live. Therefore have done. And now, I'll tell thee joyful tidings, girl.
And joy comes well in such a needy time. What are they, I beseech your ladyship?
Well, thou hast a careful father, child, one who, to put thee from thy heaviness, hath sorted out a sudden day of joy.
Madam, in happy time, what day is that?
Marry, my child, early next Thursday morn, the county Paris, at St. Peter's Church, shall happily make thee there a joyful bride.
Now by St. Peter's Church, and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I pray you, tell my lord and father, madam, I will not marry yet. These are news indeed.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself, and see how he will take it at your hands.
How now, wife? Have you delivered to her our decree?
Ay, sir, but she will none.
How will she none? Is she not proud?
Not proud, but thankful.
Mistress minion, you, thank me no thankings, nor proud me no prouds, but fettle your fine joints 'gainst Thursday next, to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee on a hurdle thither.
Good father, I beseech you on my knees, hear me with patience but to speak a word.
Speak not, do not answer me. Wife, we scarce thought us blessed, that God has lent us but this only child. But now I see this one is one too much, and that we have a curse in having her. Out on her, Hilding.
God in heaven bless her.
Hold your tongue. Good Prudence, matter with your gossips. Go!
You are too hot.
God's breath! It makes me mad. Day, night, hour, tide, time, work, play, alone, in company, and still my care hath been to have her matched. And having now provided a gentleman of noble parentage of fair demises, youthful and nobly trained, stuffed, as they say, with honourable parts, proportioned as one thought would wish a man, and then to have a wretched puling fool, a whining mammet in her fortune's tender, to answer, "Hey, I'll not wed, I pray you, pardon me." An you be mine, I'll give you to my friend. An you be not, hang, beg, starve, die in the street. For my soul, I'll ne'er acknowledge thee. Trust to it, bethink you, I'll not be forsworn.
Is there no pity sitting in the clouds that sees into the bottom of my grief? Oh, sweet my mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week, or if you do not, make the bridal bed in that dim monument where Tybalt lies.
Talk not to me, for I'll not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee.
Oh, nurse! What sayest thou? Some comfort, nurse!
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished. Then since the case so stands as it now does, I think it best you married with the Countess.
Speakest thou from thy heart?
Aye, and from my soul too, or else beshrew them both.
Well, thou hast comforted me marvellous much. Go in, and tell my lady I am gone, having displeased my father, to Lawrence cell, to make confession and to be absolved.
Marry I will. and this is wisely done.
I'll to the friar, to know his remedy. If all else fail, myself have power to die.
Juliet? Oh, Juliet, I already know thy grief.
Tell me, friar, how I may prevent it. Be not so long to speak. I long to die, if what thou speakest speak not of remedy.
Hold, daughter. I do spy a kind of hope. If rather than to marry County Palace thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, then it is likely thou wilt undertake a thing like death to escape from it. And if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy.
Oh, bid me leap rather than marry Paris, and I will do it without fear or doubt, to live an unstained wife to my sweet love.
Hold then. Go home. Be merry. Give consent to marry Paris. Look that thou lie alone. Let not thy nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. Take thou this vial, being then in bed, and this distilled liquor drink thou of. When presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humour, for no pulse shall keep his native progress but surcease. No warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. The rose in thy lips and cheek shall fade to paly ashes, thy eyes' windows fall, like death when he shuts up the day of life. Each part deprived of supple government shall, stiff and stark and cold, appear like death. And in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake as from a pleasant sleep. Now, when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. Then, as the manner of our country is, in thy best robes uncovered on a bier, thou shalt be borne to that same ancient vault where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime, 'gainst thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking. And that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua, and this shall free thee from this present shame, if no inconstant toy nor womanish fears abate thy valour in acting it.
Give me, oh, tell me not of fear.
Be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I'll send a friar with speed to Mantua with letters to thy lord.
Love, give me strength, and strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear father.
How now, my headstrong? Where have you been gaddying?
Where I have learned me to repent the sin of disobedient opposition to you and your behests, and am enjoined by holy Lawrence to fall prostrate here and beg your pardon. Pardon, I beseech you. Henceforward I am ever ruled by you.
Ah! Send for the county! Go tell him of this. I'll have this knot knit up tomorrow morning. Now, afore God, this reverend holy friar, our whole city is much bound to him. We'll to church tomorrow.
Gentle nurse, I pray thee, leave me to myself tonight, for I have need of many orisons to move the heavens to smile upon my state, which, well thou knowest, is cross and full of sin.
What? Are you busy, ho? Need you my help?
No, madam. So please you, let me now be left alone, and let the nurse this night sit up with you.
Good night. Get thee to bed and rest, for thou hast need.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. Come, vial. What if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I be married then tomorrow morning? No. This shall forbid it. How if, when I'm laid into the tomb, I'll wake before the time that Romeo come to redeem me? Shall I not then be stifled in the vault, and there die ere my Romeo comes. For if I live, is it not very like the horrible conceit of death and night, together with the terror of the place, as in a vault, where for these many 100 years the bones of all my buried ancestors are packed, where bloody Tybalt, yet but green in earth, lies festering in his shroud, where, as they say, at some hours in the night spirits resort. Oh, look! Methinks I see my cousin's ghost. Stay, Tybalt. Stay. Romeo, I come. This do I drink to thee.
Good faith, 'tis day. The county will be here with music straight. Nurse, wife, what ho! Go waken Juliet, go and trim her up. Make haste, I say.
Juliet? Why, bride? Oh, God forgive me. How sound is she asleep? What? Dressed and in your clothes and down again? Lady! Alas! Help! My lady is dead! Oh, well away that ever I was born! My lord, my lady!
What is the matter?
Look! Oh, heavy days!
Oh, me, my child, my only life. Revive, look up, or I will die with thee. Help! Call help!
For shame, bring Juliet forth. Her lord is come.
She's dead! Deceased, she's dead! Oh, alack the day!
Alack the day, she's dead!
Oh, alas! Oh, she's cold.
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return. O friar, the night before the wedding day, hath death lain with thy Juliet? There she lies, flower as she was, deflowered by him. Oh, alack, my child is dead, and with my child my joys are buried.
Peace, ho! Heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid. Now heaven hath all. Your part in her you could not keep from death, but heaven keeps his part in eternal life. Every one prepare to follow this fair course unto her grave.
How now, Balthazar? How fares my Juliet?
Her body sleeps in Capel's monument, and her immortal part with angels lives.
Is it even so? Then I defy you, stars. Thou knowest my lodging. Get me ink and paper and hire post horses. I will hence tonight. Hast thou no letters to me from the friar?
No, my good lord.
No matter. Get thee gone. I will be with thee straight. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. What ho! Apothecary!
Who calls so, lad?
Come hither, man. There is 40 ducats. Let me have a dram of poison, such soon speeding gear as will disperse itself through all the veins, that the life-weary taker may fall dead.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua's law is deaf to any he that utters
The
them.
world is not thy friend, nor the world's law. The world affords no law to make thee rich. Then be not poor, but break it, and take this.
My poverty, but not my will, consents.
I pay thy poverty, and not thy will.
Put this in any liquid thing you will, and drink it off, and if you had the strength of 20 men, it will dispatch you straight.
Come cordial, and not poison, go with me to Juliet's grave, for there I must use thee.
Holy Franciscan friar, brother, ho!
Oh, this should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome from Mantua. What says Romeo?
One of our order is here in this city visiting the sick, and finding him, the searchers of the town, suspecting that we both were in a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, sealed up the doors, and would not let us forth, so that my speed to Mantua there was stayed.
Who bear my letter then to Romeo?
I could not send it. Here it is again.
nor get a messenger to bring it thee, so fearful were they of infection.
Unhappy fortune by my brotherhood! The neglecting of it may do much danger. Friar John, go hence, get me an iron crow, and bring it straight unto my cell.
Brother, I'll go and bring it thee.
Now must I to the monument alone. Within 3 hours will fair Juliet awake. I will write again to Mantua, and keep her at my cell till Romeo come. Poor living corpse, closed in a dead man's tomb.
Give me that mattock and the wrenching iron. Hold. Take this letter early in the morning. See thou deliver it to my lord and father. Upon thy life I charge thee, whate'er thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof, and do not interrupt me in my course. Why, descend into this bed of death is partly to behold my lady's face. Therefore hence be gone. But if thou dost return to pry in what I further shall intend to do, by heaven I will tear thee joint by joint, and strew this hungry churchyard with thy limbs.
I will be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
Live, and be prosperous. Farewell, good fellow. Thou detestable Moor, thou womb of death, thus I enforce thy rotten jaws to open. Oh, my love, my wife, death that hath sucked the honey of thy breath hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Ah, dear Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean abhorred monster keeps thee here in the dark to be his paramour? For fear of that I still will stay with thee, and never from this palace of dim night depart again. Here will I set up my everlasting rest. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, O you the doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss. Come, bitter conduct, come, unsavoury guide. Here's to my love. O true apothecary, thy drugs are quick. Thus, with a kiss I die.
St. Francis by my speed, who's there?
Here's one, a friend, and one that knows you well.
Tell me, good my friend, what torch is yonder that vainly lends his light?
It doth so, holy sir. And there's my master Romeo, one that you love.
How long hath he been there?
Full half an hour.
Fear comes upon me. Oh, much I fear some ill, unlucky thing. Romeo! Oh, pale. Juliet!
Oh, comfortable friar, where is my lord? I do remember well where I should be, and there I am. Where is my Romeo?
Lady, come, come away. Thy husband in thy bosom there lies dead. Come, I'll dispose of thee among the sisterhood of holy nuns. Stay not to question, for the watch is coming. Come, go, good Juliet. I dare no longer stay.
Go, get thee hence, for I will not away. What's here? A cup closed in my true love's hand. Poison, I see, hath been his timeless end. O churl, drunk all, and left no friendly drop to help me after. I will kiss thy lips. Haply some poison yet doth hang on them to make me die with the restorative. Thy lips are warm.
Lead, boy, which way?
Hear noise, then I'll be brief. O happy dagger, there rust, and let me die.
Pitiful sight. Juliet bleeding, warm and newly dead. Romeo dead. Go, tell the prince, run to the Capulets, raise up the Montagues.
What misadventure is so early up that calls our person from our morning's rest?
What should it be that they so shriek abroad?
The people in the street cry Romeo. Some, Juliet, and all run, with open outcry toward our monument.
What fear is this which startles in our ears?
Sovereign, here lies Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, warm and new killed.
Search, and know how this foul murder comes.
Here is a friar with instruments upon him, fit to open these dead men's tombs.
Oh, heavens! A wife! Look how our daughter bleeds.
Oh, me! This sight of death is as a bell that warns my old age to a sepulchre.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up to see thy son and heir more early down.
Alas, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. Grief of my son's exile hath stopped her breath. What further woe conspires against mine age?
Look, and thou shalt see.
O thou untaught, what manners is in this, to press before thy father to a grave?
Bring forth the parties of suspicion. Say at once what thou dost know in this.
I will be brief. Romeo, there dead, was husband to that Juliet, and she, there dead, that Romeo's faithful wife. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new-made bridegroom from the city, for whom, and not for Tybalt, Juliet pined. You, to remove that siege of grief from her, betrothed and would have married her perforce to county Paris. Then comes she to me, and with wild looks bid me devise some means to rid her of this second marriage, or in my cell there would she kill herself. Then gave I her, so tutored by my art, a sleeping potion, which took so effect as I intended, for it wrought on her the form of death. Meantime I writ to Romeo that he should hither come, as this dire night, to help take her from her borrowed grave, being the time the potion's force should cease. But he which bore my letter, Friar John, was stayed by accident, and yesternight returned my letter back. Then, all alone at the prefixed hour of her awaking, came I to take her from her kindred's vault, meaning to keep her close at my cell till I could conveniently send to Romeo. But when I came, some minutes ere the time of her awakening, lay true Romeo dead. She wakes, and I entreat her to come forth and bear this work of heaven with patience. But then a noise did scare me from the tomb, and she, too desperate, would not go with me, but, as it seems, did violence on herself. All this I know, and to the marriage the nurse is privy. And if aught in this miscarriage by my fault, let my old life be sacrificed some hours before his time unto the rigours of severest law.
We still have known thee for a holy man. Where's Romeo's man? What can he say in this?
I brought my master news of Juliet's death, and then in post he came from Mantua to this same monument. This letter he early bid me give his father, and threatened me with death, going in the vault. I departed not and left him there.
Give me the letter. This letter doth make good the friar's words. Their course of love, the tidings of her death. And here he writes that he did buy a poison of a poor apothecary, and therewithal came to this vault to die, and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is laid upon your hate, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. And I, for winking at your discords too, have lost a brace of kinsmen. All are punished.
O brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand.
But I can give thee more, for I will raise her statue in pure gold, that while Verona by that name is known, there shall no figure at such rate be set
as that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich as Romeo's by his ladies lie, poor sacrifices of our enmity.
A glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished. For never was there a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.